wanted to show an example of the abundance of food and medicine that we have around us, even within a 10-foot radius, especially when you're out in open fields that are previously domesticated or cut down, forests or logs. Plants, particularly invasive plants, come in to repair any damage that's done to the soil. After they recede, that's when the native plants of the area, which are a little more delicate than invasives, will typically re-enter the environment once the soil has been built up and all the arsenic and barium and aluminum have been pulled from it. And once the invasive plants establish the mycorrhizal net that a lot of the local plants need to survive. But just as an example, I wanted to show you within a couple feet we have taraxacum officinale, which is of course dandelion, and the flowers of dandelion are edible. They're high in lecithin, actually, which is used as an emulsifier. It's actually good for your joints and for digestion. And the leaves can be used year-round. They're a little bit bitter later on in the year, but they're always a bit bitter. And the buds are very, very tasty as well, and can be dipped in olive oil and salt, and they make a good snack. Really cleansing for your body. Helps your liver and kidneys, helps you produce bile, so allows you to use the bathroom more easily. And it contains a high amount of potassium, so it's kind of interesting. It's a laxative in a way, but it also contains potassium, which is stripped from your body and not easily absorbed when you're having digestive issues. So very, very therapeutic agent. And to the left of that is trifolium, which is commonly known as clover. And clover is in the Leguminaceae family, which is the bean family. And the leaves have been used traditionally for hormone balancing, for female menstrual issues. It has phytoestrogens, which are essentially a plant form of estrogen or estradiol. And these are very balancing for women to take, and just for men as well, because phytoestrogens help block the body's further absorption of non-native estrogens, such as in PCBs or some of the synthetic plastics that we're exposed to. So a very helpful plant, and it kind of tastes like beans or peas, but they are hard to digest, so I would recommend cutting them up or sauteing them or just nibbling on a couple of them. A little bit further, we have fragraria, or wild strawberry. And wild strawberry leaves can be used as a tea. They're good for stopping bleeding. They're styptic. They're also edible. They're a little bit hairy, but when they're young like this, they're not too bad to cut up. And of course, once the strawberry starts to flower, which this is just about to flower, in a few weeks, you have these very, very small, super, super flavorful strawberries that are really, really delicious and quite a bit better than store strawberries. A little bit further down, we have Barbarea vulgaris, which is one of my favorite early spring edibles. It's in the Brassicaceae family, so it's a cruciferous vegetable. And the heads of it can be used just like broccoli. They can be steamed or cut up in a salad. The young leaves are really good. They're kind of spicy, peppery tasting, and has about 10 times the iron and potassium and mineral content of kale. So even better for you than the kind of ubiquitous kale. And to our right is rubris, which is raspberry. And raspberries are extremely useful for the digestive system. Raspberry leaf tea can also be good for glucose levels. But if you were to cut a cane and boil it up in water once it was dried, it would help prevent you from having digestive upset if you were having diarrhea or something like that. This would stop that. And just very tasty as well. And these eventually will produce raspberries. And these are black raspberries. And next to that is daucus carrota, or wild carrot. And wild carrot, although often feared to be poison hemlock, is hairy stemmed. It has a very, very strong carrot smell, and also has a different growth habit than most poison hemlocks. And I've only seen 1 or 2 poison hemlocks in the vicinity of wild carrots. But there's quite a bit of research online how to identify them. But the dissection of the leaves, the smell, and the hairiness are really good indicators. And also, poison hemlock has a blotchy purple stem, and it's often hollow on the inside. And these are not hollow stemmed, but they're very, very pungent. And wild carrot leaves are unbelievably high in vitamin A. And also the root can be used, cut up, and sautéed. But I think the leaves are tastier and has a very strong carrot taste. And ironically, the most healthy part of a carrot is actually the leaves. But we make use of the sweet, sugary root in the domesticated variety. And this is exactly what a domesticated carrot would look like the next year if you let it overwinter and then grow. It would flower and it would look like Queen Anne's lace. So, pretty interesting. So, quite a bit of food and medicine in a 2-foot, 3-foot radius. I recommend that people do more research. There's quite a bit. Samuel Thayer has a great book. And I'm also going to be offering wild edible plant and medicinal walks this spring. And I can be contacted at rewildyoursoul@yahoo.com. Hope everyone enjoyed.